Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cantina Social Hour. Happy Friday. Good evening. Hope everybody's doing very well. It is great to be here on this very first live stream of December. How is it December already? I have no idea, but it is. And I'm grateful. And thank you guys for being here with me this evening. Thank you for being patient as we were getting started this evening. So, hello. I love it, Jason. Cantinians. Yes. What's up, Cantina? That's a great term. I never know what to say. Patrons, denizens, I have no idea. I like Cantinians, so let's go with that for tonight. Hope everybody's doing well. I want to go through and see who's with us this evening before we get into our big news and before we get into our usual show. Tonight it's just me, no guests this evening, and probably go about an hour or so, enough time to kind of get into the latest news, get into the announcement, which I'm not going to make you wait for. Don't worry. I'm going to do that first in just a couple of minutes before we talk about everything else. So I'm not going to make you wait. I'm not going to do that to you guys. Come on, I'm not like that. Let's see who is in the house with us this evening. Paul, how's it going, Paul? Good to see you. Adam, thank you for joining us as always. Good to see you. Jacob, how are you doing, Jacob? Great to see you with us tonight. We got Pico B1 in the house. Pico B1, how are you doing? Susan, how's it going? Susan, great to see you. Happy Friday to you too. I don't want to grow hut. How's it going, TGIF? Absolutely, TGIF. Yeah. And again, Jason, I love it. Cantinians. We got Dodgson in the house. Dodgson, how are you doing? Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. And Britt, how's it going, Britt? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing well. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. So we got a little bit of a show for you. So just to go over the itinerary for tonight, we're going to be going over my announcements, and then we're going to be going over the latest of the Haslab Ghostbusters. We're going to update that, see how that's going. We're going to look at the latest news from Hot Toys. We're going to look at the latest news from Star Wars: The Vintage Collection. And we're going to look at Last Figure Standing and see what the top 10 were that were announced last week, set up by my pals over at banthaschool.com, Bossix Bounty, Yakface, Star Wars, or SW, the Vintage Collection Facebook group. All great stuff. We're going to talk about all of that. We're going to talk about new acquisitions. And we're going to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Any questions you have, any thoughts you have, anything you want to share, your acquisitions, by all means, we'll be talking about that. All right, so. Got a few more people filtering in here. Tariq, how you doing? Fatmatic, how's it going? Awesome. All right, so I told you guys I'm not going to make you wait. I'm not going to do that to you. I'm gonna, if other people come in later, we can roll the announcement again. For the very first time, this has not been shared anywhere, not been shared on social media, not on Instagram, not on Twitter, not on Facebook, not on YouTube, not on, what's the other one, Threads, not on any of these places. You're getting this announcement for the very first time this evening here, exclusively on Cantina Social Hour. I'll post about it on the socials later, but you guys get this first. I appreciate you tuning in as always. And it's going to be fun. So Mary, how's it going? Good to see you, Mary. All right. So why don't we just do it? Okay. I'm not going to make you wait anymore. So I do have a big announcement. So the Star Wars, the Vintage Collection podcast, as you may know, is my show. It's one of my babies that I started a few years ago. We're currently in season 3. And I'm happy to announce a very big major guest, a special guest for a special edition episode 24 of the Vintage Collection podcast, which was just recorded today, this afternoon. And we'll have a video on YouTube to go along with it for the first time ever. And will also be available through all the podcasting, providers, all of them. Google Plus, or if they're still calling it that, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Spotify, all that stuff. It's going to be on all of those. All right, you guys, here it goes. I'm going to roll it now. I'm not going to just tell you. I'm going to show you. what I got for you guys. All right, here we go. Check it out. We are joined by one of the very people who helps make Star Wars The Vintage Collection possible. It's Hasbro Star Wars The Vintage Collection Senior Product Designer, Emily Cantaloupe. Emily, welcome to the TVC podcast.
Thank you for having me, Victoria.
Oh yeah, that's coming on Monday. I'm stoked. I am stoked. This is cool. Yeah, I had a fantastic chat with Emily this afternoon, and super thankful to Emily and to Hasbro and to Rogers and Cowan PR for making this happen. So we had a great chat. We got like a 45-minute chat that we got to have, and this is Emily's first Star Wars Vintage Collection podcast appearance. So we're stoked. And yeah, it's a great chat. You're going to hear from Emily about her background. You're going to hear about how she got into Star Wars, collecting, making toys. You're going to hear about the other things that she collects. You're going to hear a little bit about her day-to-day and what all is involved in what she does, which is make these glamorous, gorgeous toys that we all get to enjoy. You will also get to hear some questions that I posed to Emily with regards to the vintage collection. There are several. We asked 10 questions about regarding TVC, and it's great. It's a great video. It's a great conversation. I'm just over the moon, elated that we were able to work it out. And yeah, I'm stoked. So Emily, if you're watching, thanks again for coming on this afternoon and hanging out with me. And yes, the show will be published Monday morning, early in the morning. It's not going to be like this dropping at 3 p.m. or 7 p.m. prime time thing. It's going to be bright and early, 5 a.m. Pacific time, which is the time that I usually release my videos on the channel. And then it'll go live on all the podcast providers at the same time. So yeah, good stuff, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed that little preview. I may show it again a little bit later. Just want to make a run through the comments and see what's going on. Yeah, Britt. Oh snap, indeed. Really, really cool stuff. Yeah, I'm stoked, you guys. I really am. Yeah. It was fun. It was a fun chat. Like seriously. Yeah, she's got a lot of cool collectibles in the background. Sakic Score, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, good stuff all the way around. Vintage collection, baby. That's what it's all about. Heritage scale, the traditional scale, the one and only Star Wars, the vintage collection. Yeah, so that's what it's all about. I'm stoked. I can't wait for you guys to hear the episode. It's a great chat, really, really great chat, and had a blast. I keep saying it, but I had a blast. Thank you guys. Thank you. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. It is gonna be cool. TVC is the way. I agree. Thank you, Susan. Yes. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Hope you guys enjoy. I'll roll the video again in a little bit, but like I said, you guys are the first to hear that. I haven't posted about that anywhere else. I wanted to make that announcement here on Cantina Social Hour because I appreciate you guys hanging out with me every Friday night. Thank you. All right, so let's go to move on to our next topic. I could keep talking about that one, but we'll move on to the next one. How's the Haslab doing? I haven't looked at the Haslab lately. I mean, I have, but it's been probably like the weekend or something. But has it hit any more of those tiers? Because I think last time we looked at it, it had hit the first tier. But I want to see if there's any more unlocked. So let's take a look. According to this, it looks like the Haslab for Ghostbusters, 2 in the box, Ghost Trap and PKE meter currently sits at 16,466 backers. That is over 16,000 backers, or sorry, over 6,000 backers beyond its funding goal. And that means if we look at the tiers, that it is currently unlocked not just the first tier, but also the second tier. Very nice. And if we continue down this path, we'll get the third tier, which is the psychokinetic energy detection unlock. Very nice. But at least we're getting the holster for the trap. That is cool. That is a really cool thing to add to the collection. So we've hit the 15,000. Now we got to hit 18,000. And I think it's going to get there. I mean, how much time does this thing have left? This thing has 10 days left, so well over a week. So I think we're going to get there. I think we're going to hit all the unlocks. I think it's going to be cool. And I think a lot of people are going to get into the last day or so, like typically happens with Haslab. So I'm stoked. Of course, I did back this, as I've told you before. Huge Ghostbusters fan, one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time. And I was a big fan of the real Ghostbusters as a kid. So I'm really glad that they're doing these for adults now, for people like me who had the original Kenner Proton Pack as a kid. And now we'll get to have this awesome new version as an adult. So that is pretty cool. Good stuff. Good stuff right there. Who else is back? Did anybody else back the Ghostbusters Haslab? Anyone else? Anyone else? Mike, how's it going, Mike? Good to see you. Last year will easily unlock. If not now, then on the last. Yeah, it definitely will. I'm not worried about it at all. Yeah, it's gonna be a cinch. I'm not worried about that at all. So that's that. All right, what else is new this week? So let's talk about the Hot Toys Captain Rex. This is another brand new Star Wars Hot Toys that was announced this week. And this one was a little perplexing to me for a few reasons. Let me go and pull up the screen. This one was unexpected because the current or the previous Captain Rex is still in stock, and they've actually run sales and promos on it. It was never like super hard to get. It never sold out. It had like $5 shipping on it, and so it's a little peculiar that they're going with another Rex already. But I guess they're trying to fire while the tamale is hot. I guess I just made up a new phrase. Ahsoka's still fresh on our minds, and this is a way that they can capitalize on more Ahsoka, and it's a pretty easy one for them to do because I think they're using the brand new clone body that they debuted with the 501st Trooper that's supposed to come out next year from Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's the more live action type armor, a little bit more broad looking, a little more proportionate to like what a human wearing armor should look like. It looks cool. The one gripe I have with it is I will say the helmet to me looks a little bit small. I know that it is, it is based on that brand new mold, but the helmet is different for sure. It doesn't matter which helmet I look at, because it does have the Phase 1 helmet that you see here, but it also has the Phase 2 helmet in here somewhere. There you go, Phase 2 helmet. And to me, that one looks kind of small too. I mean, is it just me? It looks small. So I don't know if I'm going to, I haven't pre-ordered it yet. Like I know I said a few weeks back, like anything from Ahsoka that they put out, I'll pre-order, but I didn't do that for Marok, and I haven't done it yet for Rex. It is nice that you can get Phase 1 and Phase 2 helmets, but there is an unmasked helmet, which it's from Ahsoka, so we never saw him unmasked anyway, so. And really, he only had like 2 seconds of screen time. I don't even think I'm exaggerating that. It was just like real quick. So it's cool. I'm still waiting for Balin. I'm still waiting for Shin. Maybe Morgan Elsbeth, I think, would be pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to pick this one up. I have the last Captain Rex, and I love it. It's awesome, but do I need to pay another whatever $260 that it costs to have the live action armor with the smaller helmets, the 2 helmets? Yeah, but I don't know. I'm gonna think about it, but I'm not sure yet what I'm going to end up doing. So we will see. What you guys? Mary, did you pre-order that one? Anyone else? A cold tamale would be good. Absolutely. Peak Obi-Wan, it's got the Ahsoka title on it. That means Disney gets the money. Yeah, I mean, it like I said, it's fresh in our mind. Susan, hoping for phase 1 Rex. Yeah, I mean, that is cool. That's a really cool aspect of it, is it is phase 1. And I love that because, if you have the Clone Wars styled Anakin, if you have, any of those like more earlier Clone Wars type figures, then, this is something that will totally fit into your collection or your display. So it's a really neat one. It's a really nice one. And I may end up pulling the trigger. Sometimes I say that I'm not, but then I end up doing it. You guys know how it goes. Mike not backing the Ghostbusters. Yeah, I mean, I had to. I mean, it was just, I have the Proton Pack. I haven't opened it up, believe it or not. I feel bad. I haven't opened it up, but I have it. And then I was like, well, this kind of makes sense, right? Like, kind of got to do the whole system at that point. All right, Mary, so you're passing on Rex too. Yeah, we'll see. I'm just waiting for Shin. I'm waiting for Balin. I'm waiting for Morgan. Those are the 3 that I really want them to make. Ezra, maybe. But those other 3, make those and I'll be set. Like, honestly, anything else will be gravy, really. But those are the ones that I am hoping for more than any others. All right, let's get into other toy news. I'm going to jump over to Hasbro Pulse so we can take a look at this week's TVC item. And this is something we talked about before. This is something that I've expressed, a little bit of frustration with. I love the clone build-up packs or the army builder packs or whatever you want to call them. They're great when they start off with the stormtroopers, rebel fleet troopers, the shore troopers. Those are awesome. But they've been incorporating more like named characters in there, like Captain Enoch, and the 212th Battalion had a named character, and the Imperial officers had like a couple in there. So this one doesn't have that, but it's a little, for me as an army builder, as a collector, like Clone Wars and prequel like stuff are some of my favorite things to collect. Going back to when clones became a thing in the early 2000s. I army build them, I always have. And like this, like they look great, but for me, it's a little frustrating because you only get 151st, you only get 332nd Trooper, and then you get 2 white troopers, which we already had earlier this year. These do look better than ever. I do have an answer as to whether or not they have a sculpted head underneath or it's just a helmet. But on that, I am going to make you wait for the answer. You got to tune into the TVC podcast on Monday and see what Emily has to say about that. But I do have an answer there. But yeah, I think the helmets do look better than they ever have. The previous version of the clones, the helmets were, they weren't perfect. And those ones did have the portrait underneath and the removable helmet. Like they fixed the helmet on these. So it looks better. The visor looks better. It looks a lot more accurate. But what's frustrating is that, if I wanted to build 10 501st, well, am I going to pay $55 10 times to buy this set? No, I can't do that. I don't think many collectors can. So I think the ideal would be a straight all white clones. I mean, I would buy more of those, especially with this new helmet. A straight 501st set or a straight 332nd. Like the 501st set, I feel would sell like gangbusters. Like people would buy it. It'd be awesome. It would be awesome. Hopefully those things happen. Hopefully we still, I mean, anything can happen, right? We can still get those, but that's just my personal little, gripe with the set. I did pre-order it because, I do want to get these clones. I just couldn't order, would have ordered a lot more if they were like just like a straight like one battalion or another. But it's nice. It's nice that it exists. And I will say once again, like this is probably gonna the best clone that Hasbro's ever made in the 3¼ inch scale, especially with that fixed helmet. Like, man, they look great. What's also kind of cool is if you look at the feet, the 332nd clone has the white or has the tan colored soles, whereas the other ones have the black colored soles on the boots. So that's a really nice like little attention to detail that they picked up on. So that's what I love about the vintage collection is, you know, little details like that are really, it's admirable to see attention to detail because those are things like people like me notice. And it's just cool that they did that. But yeah, it's a little pricey, $54.99, but hopefully, you know, it does well. And I want them to continue to do these builder packs. But you know, my personal preference is that, you know, they're a little more easier to army build, I guess. You know, not mixed different battalions, less named characters. But it's cool. It's cool. Like I said, I did pre-order it. So I do anticipate enjoying it. Yeah. All right, what's next? Let's do a run through the comments, see what you guys are chatting about, see a few things going on. Yeah, no, I agree, Susan. If they did Shin for Hot Toys, that would be amazing. Pico B1, I think they made the right choice. Well, it's about reusing the same tool. It's a few unique and a few white best of both worlds. I will say that format perhaps has more like broad appeal, maybe to people that are a little more casual collectors. It's still not my preference, obviously, but that's one thing I think an argument could be made in that direction. All right, let's see what else is going on in the world of Star Wars news, toys. All right, so I got one for you here. Last Figure Standing. So last time we went live, we talked about Last Figure Standing, and this is the big initiative put together by several of my friends in the Star Wars collecting community, such as banthaschool.com, you know, Chris and Brett at Bantha School, John from the SW, the Vintage Collection Pod Facebook group. There's so many things with TVC in them. Boss Bounty, Tim, and then Yak Face, Jason. So really cool. I love that our community can do stuff like this, can come together, and you know, we can put out polls and bracket voting and all that stuff. That's awesome. Great organization. Yay us. So Last Figure Standing. All right, so the top 10 have been voted out. Trying to get a bigger graphic of it. And today's the last day to vote. All right, if you want to vote for the top 6, today is the last day to vote. I'm going to jump to Instagram, see if I can get a bigger graphic there. Yeah, no, this is cool. I love seeing stuff like this. Let's go over the top 10 and see who those guys were. I'm going to go ahead and switch our screen and present from Instagram, directly from the Last Figure Standing Instagram page. These were the top 10 as voted for by the fans. Yeah, so Tonica Sisters, Ben Kenobi, Cobb Vanth, Luthen Rael, Asajj Ventress, Hammerhead, Luke Skywalker, A New Hope, Baylan Skoll, Shin Hati, and Anakin Skywalker, Revenge of the Sith. Those are the top 10. This is a great list. This is what the fan community is currently saying are the top 10 figures that need to be made. And then out of these, you can pick 6. Again, today's the last day. You can go online to banthaschool.com and you can select your 6 or your 5. And then the top 6 will be revealed tomorrow on Bosk's Bounty. So tune into that live stream tomorrow, Bosk's Bounty. I'm eagerly anticipating to see who's going to be who the top 6 are going to be. I definitely hope that my Tonica sisters are still going to be in the running. I hope that they are. Time for Tonica and all that. I just had a conversation with Angela Staines a couple of days ago. And yeah, no, she still wants this to happen. I still want this to happen. And yeah, so I hope that they make it. I hope that I'll just tell you who I voted for. How about that? So let's go ahead and jump over to Victoria's Cantina. If you've ever heard of Victoria's Cantina before. These are my top 5 that I voted for. So, okay, the Tonicas, yes, absolutely. I love the Tonicas. Then I voted for Anakin. These weren't in any particular order, by the way. These are just my top 5 that I voted for. Anakin, I would argue that A New Hope, Luke Skywalker, probably needs a figure more than Anakin does. But I didn't put him in my top 5 because Anakin's my favorite character. So I felt like I had to go with Anakin. Right now, it's the moment of Anakin with Ahsoka and all that, Hayden being back in the fold. So that was my rationale for Anakin. Then I've got some others that haven't really been done. Shin Hati has not been done. Balin Skull has not been done, neither in TVC. They do exist in Black Series. And then Asajj Ventress has been done in 3¾ but they haven't done a great figure of her. The best one's probably the Clone Wars animated version from a decade plus ago. And that's a great figure, but it's animated style. It's not realistic style. And the ones they did before that, just hard to count at this point. Probably the better of the two was the one they did back in 2003 during the Clone Wars Tartakovsky micro series line. And she was kind of cool. She had like a plastic cape that you could put her lightsabers in, kind of like holsters. And then you could join the 2 sabers and do like the double bladed staff. But we need an all new one if they just took the Black Series one and made that smaller, I think that would be pretty exciting. Or they can just do something different. But I definitely think that she needs to be made. So those are my top 5. I want to know what your top 5 are. Let me know in the comments what your top 5 were, and we'll read off some of the lists. If you voted, who your top 5 picks were out of those 10 that were eligible to be voted on. But yeah, those are my top 5. Pico 1, I don't get Anakin. Yeah, like I said, Anakin, I would argue again that Luke A New Hope probably needs a figure more direly than Anakin does. But it's just that Anakin's my favorite character, so that's what pushed me over the edge. And he is having his moment, so that's what I did. Paul, yeah. If these were the top 5, I don't know that they will be, but if these were the top 5, that'd be pretty awesome. But this is just my list. There's a lot of people that are submitting votes for their top 5 picks, so I doubt it's going to be this. I ultimately, these are my picks, not anyone else's. Shin, Balin, Tonica, very nice. Let's see. Ooh, I got a Jurassic question. It's been a while. Is the Barry ATV Jurassic World Legacy Collection set canceled? That is a good question. I don't know. I don't think so. I haven't heard that it's canceled. I think it's probably not available yet to order. I think it leaked, maybe. A lot of the Jurassic stuff leaks way early. So yeah, I don't have an answer to that question. I would ask Collect Jurassic, see if he knows anything about that. Go bother Tim. Tell him that I told you to bother him with that question. Yeah, Asajj too, Susan, for sure. So yeah, all right. Well, we are 30 minutes in. Let's go ahead and talk about new acquisitions for this week. So actually, I don't have anything to show you guys, and it's not because I didn't order anything, but I did get a couple of things. First thing I got, Black Friday was last week, right? All those great deals. I did end up buying something that I was very excited to buy. Sip, sip, swallow. All right. The Star Wars The Black Series Clone Trooper helmet. I was half off on Amazon, so I finally got that one. I already had the 332nd Clone Trooper helmet. but I wanted the just the plain all white helmets. I did get that. I also got from Target. They had Black Friday deals as well for Jurassic World. So I finally bit the bullet. Got a really good deal on the Mamenchosaurus, the Legacy Collection Mamenchosaurus, which is like the longest dinosaur that Mattel has ever made for the Jurassic World toy line. And yeah, I'm not kidding you guys. It's like 5 feet long or something. It's nuts. But yeah, I haven't displayed it because I don't even know where I would put that. But it was on special, like a third of the price off or something. So I bit the bullet. I bought it. They also have for $6.99 a piece the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the current ones from the most recent film. They had the figures for $6.99, and I think regular they're like $9.99. So I bought all 4 turtles, which is cool because I do, even though like my TMNT are the OGs from the the old days. I still enjoy each generation's, let's say, iteration of TMNT of the turtles. So I like the new designs from the new movie. So I did pick those up. I think they're fun. I think they look great. So I did get those as well. Other than that, there were some really good deals. Like Paz Vizsla was online, I think, for the vintage collection for like $13, and he's a deluxe figure. That's like half off. And there were several other deals. Shop Disney was running stuff. All the other, Fan Channel and Entertainment Network, Big Bad Toys, they were all running stuff. I didn't buy a lot. That's really what I listed is really all I bought. I think I did get an extra of the Jurassic World, or the Jurassic Park Legacy Collection, the little the Raptor paddock, or the Raptor containment box with the park workers. Those are on a really good discount at $20 a piece. So I was able to get a couple more of those. But that was it. I didn't really go crazy for Black Friday this year. Only because it's been so expensive with the vintage collection and the retro collection and Black Series and Hot Toys. It's just been nuts. So I behaved myself this year for that stuff. What about you guys? Did anybody here pick up anything on Black Friday that they want to talk about, that they want to share? Let me know in the comments, and we'll look at them. That's all I picked up. Again, I don't really have anything to show here, other than some set pieces, let's call it. But that was about it. Ooh, I got some more lists. And Luthen. Yeah, Luthen. Nice. Good pick. Pico V1, Ventress, Tonica's, Hammerhead, Luke, and Cobbvan. Nice. We need Cobbvan. Shin, Balin, Anakin, Savage, General Krill. Those weren't in the top 10, though, Paul, so those don't count. You got to tell me what the top 5 you voted for were. They have to be from that list of top 10. Nice try, though. No, I'm just kidding. Psychic Score, Tonica, Shin, Balin, Anakin, Cobbvan. I love seeing this love I'm seeing for the... that's kind of cool. I love seeing this love I'm seeing for the Tonicas. That's great. That's fabulous, you guys. Fabulous. Jason, I picked up the Megasaurus and the Hemingway Corna and the Hemingway Brachiosaurus also on sale. Yes, those are on special too. A lot of stuff on Target was on special, even stuff that's on pre-order that hasn't come out yet. I don't really know how that works, but I don't make the rules. Oh, I did get a couple Marvel Legends. I did get from Target as well because, they had like buy one, get one half off, and they were already really cheap. I did get Agatha Harkness from WandaVision, and I got the classic Loki from Loki because they were like really inexpensive. So I hadn't gotten them yet. I had to do it. Good Lego deals this year. Very nice. Very nice. My list is the same as yours, Victoria, but Hammerhead, Savanikin. Cannot go wrong with Hammerhead. Hammerhead is a classic. Bought another Obi-Wan 3-pack, $23. The Mandaros gets $56. Very nice. Good deals. Yeah, I can't believe how cheap that Obi-Wan 3-pack is from TVC. Like on Amazon, that was like, wow. Wow. If you wanted more Purge Troopers, that was like totally the time to do it. I mean, Mamenchosaurus. Spelling isn't my strong suit. I mean, when it comes to these dinosaurs with these crazy long, absurd names, I can't blame you, Jason. They're hard to spell. I mix them up all the time. Fetmatic, non-Boba Fett pickup, SH Figure Arts, Vader from Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Very nice. Very nice. Where did you order it from? Because I haven't picked up that one yet. I don't know if I'm going to or not, but I was considering it. I think the Black Series one is actually fantastic. But I don't know if I may do the SHF. I don't know. It just depends if I can get it like on a fairly inexpensive deal. 2 Hobie, 1 pack for Tika. Yeah, more Jawas, you know, army building Jawas. Jawas on my mind. Very nice. So those are my acquisitions. Thank you guys for sharing yours. That's all I got. Unless you guys have any other topics, any other things you want to chat about, I think I've covered everything. While you ask your questions or leave your comments, what do you say we roll that announcement video again? Just in case anybody here did not get to see it earlier. Let's roll it again. Roll it again. Here we go.
We are joined by one of the very people who helps make Star Wars The Vintage Collection possible. Hasbro Star Wars The Vintage Collection Senior Product Designer, Emily Cantaloupe. Emily, welcome to the TVC podcast.
Thank you for having me, Victoria.
Yeehaw, in case you missed it. Haven't posted about that on social. You guys are still the only ones that know about this, all right? You're still the only ones who know about that. Mary got a question. What did you think about the Hot Toys Cobb Vanth release? It's an interesting question. I have seen the photos. I did indeed pre-order the figure eons ago. I don't think it's great if we're talking about the Timothy Oliphant head sculpt, but I don't think it's bad either. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It's acceptable, I would say. I was looking at the photos that Jetta Patrol had shared previously, and in his photos, it looks good with his lighting. I know that other people have reviewed it on YouTube and posted photos, and they don't look quite as good. So I think part of it, like with any Hot Toys, is going to be lighting. Lighting can make all the difference in the world. Well, based on what I've seen, I think the figure doesn't look 100%. I think some of the recent figures have looked phenomenally good. Like if you look at the photos of some of the ones on pre-order, like Hera, like Thrawn, like Sabine, or even the ones that have been released, Fennec Shan, Cad Bane, you know, the Boba Fett's that have unmasked helmets, like all of those are awesome. The Din Djarin looked great. So it's just, it's a little bit of an outlier, and in a way, when you think about that, that's kind of promising that they've more often than not, for a huge percentage of the time lately, been knocking the sculpts out of the park. Like that's huge. So that's really cool. But at the same time, it's like, this is one I wanted them to really dial in and nail the lightness on. Like, honestly, this is one that I love that character, and I love Timothy Oliphant. So I really wanted the figure to be like a knockout. And from what I've seen, I wouldn't call it that. But again, I have mine on pre-order. I'm still going to get it. If you want to just play him with the helmet on instead of the unmasked head, you can display him with the helmet on, and you won't have to see the head. But I think I would display him with the head, maybe holding the helmet like in his arm. I think that's what I would do. Me personally. $89. Wow, that's a pretty penny for SHF Obi-Wan Kenobi Vader. Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait either. Psychic score. All right, so we've been going 41 minutes. 41 minutes. I'll give a couple seconds here for any last comments, last questions, concerns, complaints. Sorry, you can't drop them here. You've got to you got to take those up with the boss. I don't know who that would be, but yeah. As far as what else is going on with the channel, so let me tell you about a few videos that I'm working on. So I'm working on the Japan video, as you guys may know, because I talked about it on the show before. I was in Japan September, October, and I have a lot of footage just waiting for me to finish, like reviewing and editing. I probably took thousands of photos and many videos, and I need to find the time to sit down and comb through that and put together the video. And so that is one that is coming. It will be this month. And the other one that will be this month is the collection video, which I was hoping to get out a little bit sooner. It's been filmed mostly. I would say 3/4 of that video have been filmed. But I want to film the rest of that video so I can show you my collection, the very first ever Victoria's Cantina collection video, where you get to see my whole collection displays. That is coming later, before the end of the year for sure. Maybe on Christmas Day, I don't know. Those 2 videos for sure. I'm also working on one about world building, specific to the vintage collection more than anything else, but just kind of world building in general. So those are videos that I'm hoping, the other 2 for sure this month, the other one hopefully this month as well. The Vintage Collection podcast, brand new episode coming on Monday. You saw the teaser for it. Nobody else knows about it, only you guys. And you also saw Cantina Social Hour for next week. So, let me talk about that because that is quite important. Because, all right, Cantina Social Hour next week. And at least for next week, it's probably going to be on Thursday. And the reason for that is that my job, my work's holiday party is next Friday during this time that I would normally be live streaming. So I'm going to be going on Thursday night. I've never done Thursday night before. I don't know how it's going to go. Maybe only 2 people will tune in. I don't know. So I apologize for switching up the schedule, but it'll only be for that week. And on the week of the 18th, normally I would be live on Friday, the 22nd of December. I'm going to be on Thursday because of the holidays, because of Christmas. You know, I have company and stuff that I'm going to be with. So I won't be, the Thursday I'll be able to stream though, because I won't be with them yet. So yes, so next Friday the 7th, Pearl Harbor Day, and then the 21st, Cantina Social Hour will be on Thursdays only for those 2 weeks. In between then, on the 15th, it'll be on Friday. We'll be here, same bat time, same bat channel, but those other 2 weeks, next week and the 3rd week in December, will be on Thursdays. I don't know how it's going to go. Again, I don't know if only a couple of people will tune in. I don't know if some people will get confused and tune in on Friday thinking that we're live, but no, it's I'm telling you now, just give you a heads up. It will be on Thursday for those 2 weeks. So sorry about that. And hopefully it's not too much a problem. Luckily you can still watch these, even if they're not live, you can still watch them. So, yep. Allison, thank you for joining. Susan, thank you. Looking forward to showing you guys. I filmed most of this video in September, believe it or not. But, you know, busy with work, busy with this, busy with that. But it's all good. If you're not busy, then you're bored, I guess. So I don't want to be bored. I ain't got time for that. Thank you, Mary. That's nice. I appreciate that. Thank you, Pico V1. That is kind. All right. Well, that said, I guess I'm going to end it there. Once again, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. and hanging out with me this evening. I kind of feel like false advertising because this is called Cantina Social Hour and we didn't go for an hour. But at the same time, I know we've had episodes where we've gone for over 2 hours, so maybe that makes up for it in some small way. But I can't bore you if I don't have anything else to add. So I think we've covered everything. Again, I'm super pumped for the Vintage Collection podcast on Monday, featuring Emily, senior product designer from Hasbro Star Wars: The Vintage Collection. So please tune in for that. The video will be here on YouTube, 5 a.m. Pacific time, Monday morning, the same time that it'll go live on all of my podcasting platforms. Any podcasting platform you want, you'll be able to get it there. All right. So it was a fun chat. Huge thanks again to Emily and to Hasbro and to Rogers and Cowan PR for making that happen. I know we had been trying to coordinate it for a long time, and I'm grateful that everybody was able to make it work. And I'm excited for you to hear that conversation. And I'm excited for you guys to see those videos that I'm working on. So thank you for bearing with me. Appreciate you guys being here tonight. Happy Friday night. Have a great weekend. It's the holiday season, my friends. Enjoy. Drink that hot cocoa. Enjoy the eggnog. I'm still going to be doing those things. Enjoy the family. Stay warm. Have fun. Peace. Peace and love, you guys. Be well, be safe, no matter where you're tuning in from out in the galaxy. As always, I want to thank you for tuning in to Cantina Social Hour. I will see you guys in the next episode, next Thursday.